Special Issue Task Force, how can I help you? And back joining us in the studio for Special Issue Task Force is Seyoung. Seyoung, hello to you.
Good evening, SJ and our listeners.
Seyoung, do you remember what was supposed to happen today?
What?
Where you were supposed to dance.
Oh, yeah.
But then, you heard our producer
problem,
got... Our producer got hurt last week. He got hurt.
Is he okay?
You know what? I don't know, because he didn't come to work last week.
You know, he was way too passionate last week. He didn't have to move around like that.
I honestly don't know what happened to him last week.
Last week?
I was so surprised. I didn't think he was going to do all that. He just ran in here, started...
And surprisingly, you were so good.
I'm so good at old school dances, guys. It's just the the new dances I can't do, you know? But I think...
you can still learn. You know, it's never too late.
You know, that's actually being talked about right now. For next season.
BTS new album is coming out.
Arirang. Yes.
So maybe?
I inspired them. And I inspired them.
Yeah? Your armpit inspired them?
What? The army?
Does it really smell like roses?
You want to smell?
Ew, no!
Smells like roses.
Oh, no.
Smell like roses.
Kingsberry or Kingsberry.
Cherry, strawberry. We are going to start things off here with our first topic. Speaking of...
Did you really want me to smell your armpit?
You move forward. You just look like you were going to do it. It doesn't smell, guys. First topic tonight, investigation and trial of former First Lady Kim Gun-hee. On January 28th, the court ruling left many Koreans confused. Sort of opposite of what happened with former Prime Minister Han Duck-soo.
Oh, yes.
Where Han Duck-soo, his sentencing got increased, whereas Kim Gun-hee's sentencing was cut way shorter, leaving everyone scratching their head. Some very angry. Let's get the updates on that.
Yes. On January 28th, the Seoul Central District Court sentenced Kim Gun-hee to 1 year and 8 months in prison, along with a confiscation order and about 12.8 million won in additional fines. Now, what shocked many people is the gap between what prosecutors demanded first and what the court decided. The special prosecution team had asked for 15 years in prison and 2 billion won fine and nearly 950 million won in forfeitures. But the final sentence was less than 1/10 of that, and naturally critics immediately called it a slap on the wrist or 손방망이 처벌, we say in Korea. And surprisingly, however, both sides have now appealed. Kim Gun-hee filed her appeal on Monday, and prosecutors had already done so earlier, arguing that the ruling contained serious factual and legal errors and that the punishment was far too light.
Guys, there was clear-cut evidence that there was a lot of, illegal stuff going on with the stock trading. And to be given a confiscation order of 12.8 million won, that's like $9,000.
Right.
$9,000.
It's nothing to her.
I mean, it's a lot for me. But for her, considering she allegedly made way more money off of insider trading, this is a big question mark. So, Seyoung, why was the sentence reduced so dramatically? I mean, what were some of the reasons behind the judgment?
Well, that's because the court dismissed 2 of the 3 major charges. First, the Deutsche Motors stock manipulation case. The judges said part of it had passed the statute of limitations, and for the remaining period, they couldn't really confirm she had actively conspired in price manipulation. And second, allegations that she received free election polling services worth hundreds of millions of won from a political broker were also ruled not guilty. And the court said there wasn't enough evidence that the polls were exclusively provided to her or ordered by the former presidential couple. So in the end, only one charge was partially upheld, and that is accepting luxury goods, including a Chanel bag and a Graf diamond necklace from the Unification Church, allegedly in exchange for political favors. And that's what led to the 1 year, 8 month sentence.
It's, I mean... Myung Tae-gyun hasn't fully come out and spilled the beans. I mean, he was kind of threatening to do so. He was amongst the list of people that apparently they were going to out if the martial law went in place as planned by Yoon. But it's a big scratcher. All right, so in the beginning, we mentioned public reaction towards this verdict. Let's talk more about this. Like, why has this verdict triggered such strong reaction?
Well, there are a few layers to this. First, in Korea, corruption cases involving political elites are extremely sensitive, and people expect higher standards for those close to power, not lighter ones. And second, many Koreans feel that there's a long-standing pattern where powerful figures receive relatively mild punishment, while ordinary citizens face much harsher consequences for much smaller crimes.
True.
So this ruling reinforced a familiar frustration that justice doesn't always feel equal. And social media exploded after the verdict. Comments like, "Is this all? And is this what accountability looks like?" were just everywhere. And for many, this wasn't just about Kim Gon-hee. It symbolized broader distrust toward the legal and political system.
Now, it's not over, though. There's 3 different trials you go through in order to finalize everything, right? You have the first trial, you have the appeals trial, and then you have the top court having the final ruling and things like that. Let's talk about what's happening to her now.
Yes, she's currently being held at Seoul Nambu Detention Center. And what's interesting is that her lawyer recently revealed that Kim has been receiving large numbers of letters and donations from supporters. And according to the lawyer, she posts the photos and drawings on her wall, keeps a notebook with the supporters' names, and says she draws comfort from their messages. But due to health issues like dizziness, she's reportedly unable to reply personally at the moment. And this detail also sparked a debate. Some see it as a humanizing moment, while others feel it distracts from the seriousness of the charges.
Dizziness. That's
unnecessary information, you know.
I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna use that next time.
I feel dizzy all the time.
I'm gonna use that all the time.
Yeah.
I'm gonna use that next time. I mean, if I need to come up with some excuse, I was dizzy. Why did you?
I can't go to work today because of
dizzy.
the dizziness.
Why'd you do that? Why does your armpit not smell like rose? I'm dizzy. Dizzy. And a lot of her cases are connected to her family, which also angers a lot of people too.
Right. Another trial began today involving a ruling party lawmaker and Kim Gon-hee's mother and brother. This centers on a development project in Yangpyeong-gun district where prosecutors alleged that development fees estimated at about 2.25 billion won, and that is about 1.69 million US dollars, were improperly reduced. And the special prosecution team says Kim's family earned at least 9 billion won in profits, while the local government suffered equivalent losses. So even as Kim Gon-hee appeals her own sentence, related legal battles are still continuing.
You guys understand that whole Yangpyeong thing is very controversial from the start, because apparently they were going to make an expressway that goes through land that her family owned.
Right.
Right. And then the then main opposition Democratic Party found out about it, and they go, whoa, 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 whoa. What is this that you guys are doing? Because they're going to profit a lot from this. And then Transport Minister came out and said, oh, you know what? We're going to cancel this.
That transport minister was Won Hee-dong?
Yes, he was.
Right.
He came out and then he goes, we're going to cancel this. And now it's your fault, DP, that we're going to cancel this great expressway project that was going to link Gangwon area to Seoul. And now people are going to have to drive a little bit more.
Yangpyeong residents will be furious.
They say Yangpyeong residents are going to be furious now because it's your fault that we are going to be canceling this. I mean, it was just... It's just unbelievable. They were just doing this like up front. Like they weren't even like secret about this. Right.
And it was very different from the initial project.
Yes.
It wasn't about Yangpyeong Expressway.
There was a whole lot of other stuff. But okay, so now what can we expect in the upcoming trials and appeals for Kim Gon-hee?
Like I said, both sides have appealed the first trial verdict. And because both the prosecution and defense have appealed, the Court of Appeals must decide whether more charges should be upheld or whether the punishment itself should be heavier or lighter. Plus, key issues in the second trial will be the unification church bribery charge and its legal interpretation. reputation. And since the only upheld conviction in first trial was about receiving luxury gifts tied to alleged favors, both sides are likely to focus on whether that quid pro quo relationship was proven. So in summary, the story isn't over yet. In the appeals court, both prosecution and defense will re-argue key points of the case, especially the bribery charge that led to her current sentence. And there's still legal room for the sentence to change, and related cases involving her family are unfolding at the same time, meaning not only the courts but also the public will be watching closely in the month ahead.
Well, there was the controversy. She received a luxury necklace from one of the construction companies.
Right.
Right? What's this?
No.
Sojin? No, what was it? I feel
Soi
there you go. Soi Construction, right?
Right.
And then later on, the CEO of Soi came out, and we have it. We have it. We gave, and then because they were looking for it, right? And so there's so much other bribery stuff that needs to go in.
Right.
But the crazy thing that I saw from like some of the comments coming from like the U.S. Like readers of the news, they're like, "Oh, it was only a couple of $1,000s," because like they're so used to like American politicians getting like millions and stuff like that.
Right.
Goodness. Anyways, we'll talk about other major issues at hand. But first, this is We with Not Enough. We're back in the studio for a special issue Task Force with Sang. We're talking about major issues. The second topic, interesting. It's one of the most, I guess, common things in a...
Oh, you look like this. Our second topic.
I look like this right now?
Yeah.
흑돼지?
No.
Black pork?
No.
We're talking about kim.
Kim.
We're talking about dry seaweed and...
You look like Kim.
I
A
look
shade
like
of Kim.
I look like
right
a...
now.
No, it's too black.
It's too black.
Kim is kind of like a... It has like a greenish black.
Yes,
It has
that's
like
true.
yeah.
That's true. That's true.
But as you know, if you have kids, it's a must. You have to have kim.
Must-have item.
We always have kim at home.
Right.
But now it's been even called the black semiconductor because of how strong Korea's export performance has been on kim, ladies and gentlemen. But with the success comes an interesting and surprising side effect. The price of seaweed here in Korea setting record highs. Goodness.
I can feel it. Because
Man.
I go to grocery shopping myself.
I don't know how expensive it's getting, but tell us more about this.
Okay, let's talk about another Kim, this time healthy and nutritious food.
Yes.
Not Kim Goni, but another
Kim.
Yes, healthy food.
It's a healthy kim.
According to recent data from the Korea Agro Fisheries and Food Trade Corporation, the average retail price of dried kim, just medium grade, recently exceeded 1,500 won for every 10 sheets, or over 151 per sheet, the highest on record. And this is the first time the price has ever crossed that threshold. To put this in context, around early 2024, the price was about 100 won per sheet. So over roughly 2 years, prices have climbed by nearly 50%. And for many Koreans, this is striking because kim is traditionally one of the most basic and affordable side dishes, a family part of lunches and dinners for families across the country, and especially meaningful for parents feeding young kids.
I feel bad. I didn't know the prices were going high. Today I was having lunch and there was kim, and I double wrap. You know what double wrap is?
Yes.
Use two kim to put in the rice. And I shouldn't have done this. So again, let's talk about
luxury now.
It's luxury. Rich man here. So what's driving these prices increase again?
The big driver is rapidly growing overseas demand for Korean seaweed products. Last year, the volume of kim exports increased by about 13.7% from the previous year, and export price also rose significantly. Because of that strong global demand, especially for seasoned seaweed snacks and value-added products, domestic producers are exporting more and export until prices are high. Unit prices are high. And this export success has pulled the domestic prices upward, since seaweed that could be sold abroad at higher prices often doesn't stay in the Korean market. And officials in the Ministry of Oceans and Fisheries have noted that even though production increased, exports and domestic consumption have grown even faster, which keeps upward pressure on prices.
This is crazy. I know somebody. When she started the kim business, I apologize. I thought she was crazy. She's been exporting kim to other countries.
Oh.
And recently I emceed her wedding. And I saw that she spent like a lot of money. And I was wondering how she was able to do that. Her business has been thriving.
Wow.
She's like solely only exporting.
Kim.
Yeah, she doesn't sell it domestically. Only export. And I was like, how are you able to do that? She's like, trust me, we can. There's a lot of demand for kim. And I got a box of these stuff. And it's like kimchi flavored kim. There's like green tea flavored kim. And I was
Seasoned kims.
yeah, seasoned kim. So I could tell why, like, I don't think Koreans would be too big on that stuff. It's like stuff like, you know, like non-Koreans will enjoy, right? Man, okay, so now I understand why she made so much money.
Of her.
So this is kind of really weird, strange for Koreans, right, consumers, because kim is that like it's ordinary food.
Right.
It's like, how do you put this in like American terms? It's like having
just white bread, regular.
Yeah, it's like for Italians, it's like having like bread, bread on the like not even cheese, bread on your table for meal.
Yeah, exactly. For many families, kim has often been a mealtime staple, a reliable, nutritious side dish. So seeing it cost more hits people's sense of daily life and affordability. And it's not just kim. Its rising cost contributes to higher seafood and overall food inflation as well, outpacing broader consumer price growth. And at the same time, many Koreans are proud that kim is loved around the world. Korean kim is now selling very successfully in major export markets, including Japan, China, Thailand, and the United States, Russia, and Taiwan. Beyond traditional dried sheets, companies are innovating, like seasoned kim, like you said, kim snacks or kim puga, crispy dried kim snacks.
Oh, I love
that.
Love that.
Right. So not just as a side dishes for rice, but as a healthy snacks. And several Korean brands have become market leaders in places like Southeast Asia, outcompeting local seaweed snacks. And this global popularity helps explain why kim exports have been strong for years and why they are sometimes called Korea's black semiconductors, like you mentioned earlier, a playful reference to how important seaweed has become as an export item.
You know what I really like?
What?
You know
Kim
kelp?
No.
What kelp is tashima.
Oh.
You know, fried tashima, fried kelp.
Is it good?
Yeah, with like salt and they put like sprinkle salt and sugar too. It's bueno.
What's kamtae in English? Dried kamtae is really good too.
That's more like it looks
But
like
it's
algae.
Very expensive.
It's expensive. Like if you go to like fancy seafood restaurants, they give it to you.
Right.
I'm not personally I'm not a big fan of it.
When I visited your place, your wife gave us kamtae.
Yes.
So that was really one of the most memorable moments of the year, last year.
We surprised a Gangnam couple. I mean, that tells you a lot here. But again, I mean, it's just so weird that such a humble, like, literally, if you have no food at home, okay, you like no food at home.
You can just keep 김에 밥 싸 먹어.
Kim and pop. This is what you eat. This is like the most common. And now this is being appreciated worldwide.
Yeah, absolutely. In Korea, kim, like you mentioned, has been a side dish for rice for generations, but cultural reinterpretations abroad have transformed it. Not only kim snacks, but also other foods made with kim are also hugely popular. Kimbap is a great example. Even like frozen kimbap is selling well abroad. And the triangular kimbap you see everywhere in convenience stores here in Korea are also a hit globally. And you know, kim flakes, the kind of sprinkle over rice, those are getting great reactions too. So this culture shift is part of the broader K-food wave where foods once confined to Korea's dinner tables become global favorites. And this is both a success story and a challenge for the domestic market. On one hand, Korean kim's global rise reflects its quality and cultural appeal, and that's something many Koreans feel proud of, including myself. off. But on the other hand, when everyday ingredients you grew up with become significantly more expensive, it reminds people of the impact impact global demand can have on local life. So balancing export growth with price stability at home is now a key concern for policymakers and consumers alike. So for those who are worrying about Kim price hikes, here's what we can expect. For now, officials say prices may stay high in the short term. Even though production has increased, export demand remains strong, and that continues to put pressure on domestic supply. So unless export growth slows or production rises much faster, prices are unlikely to drop dramatically anytime soon.
Man, my relatives are in for a good surprise this 설날, Lunar New Year. My wife was like, because we have to meet our relatives, and I was like, we got to give them gifts. And usually, like, I buy fruit, whatever. She goes, let's get them kim.
Kim, no.
And I guess that's a good. I was like, man, is kim too cheap? You know?
It's not cheap.
It's not
gift anymore.
Not anymore. You know when you eat kim sometimes, and then like pieces of it like get stuck on your face. You know what you call it when like kim is on my face?
잘생김.
Yes.
묻었다.
Thank you. 잘생김. We're gonna take a short song break.
We also can say 못생김 묻었다. 못생김 is on your face.
I'm not even gonna translate it. I'm not even gonna translate what we're just going on
It
here.
doesn't really have to 잘생김 always, right?
I'm gonna take a short song break very quickly here before we move on to issue number 3. This is Evening with Taste. We are back in the studio for a special issue, Task Force. We talked about Kim Gun-hee, talked about Kim. And now we're going to talk about some history being made. I have to say, I had
Did
mixed
you watch
feelings. No, I didn't watch it. I didn't watch it.
Even some of the clips, you didn't watch
I
them?
watched none of it.
Oh, why not?
I just not interested. I don't know any. Who are these people? Who are these people? I don't even know why Trump is so upset at Bad
They
Bunny.
are
Who's Bad Bunny? I don't know.
Famous people.
They're famous people.
Yes.
If they're so famous, how come I don't know them? No, the 68th Grammys, unforgettable. You have Kendrick Lamar. I've heard of him. He did last year's Super Bowl. I think it was last year's Super Bowl. Bad Bunny's going to do this year's Super Bowl. Someone doesn't really like Bad Bunny.
Because it's part of his acceptance speech
Doesn't really like
contained
him?
something against
Yes,
Trump.
yes.
Right.
But K-pop fans around the world, we were hoping for the big one, but at least we got one.
Right.
Right? Let's talk about the Grammys.
Sure. Even before the ceremony, Rose's performance of 아파트 with Bruno Mars and K-pop Demon Hunter's song Golden were already trending. So let's break down what happened and what made history and what it means for K-pop's future on the Grammy stage. The 68th Annual Grammy Awards took place on February 1st, 2026 in Los Angeles at the Crypto.com Arena, hosted by Trevor Noah in his final year as Grammy host. And major wins included Kendrick Lamar winning Record of the Year and Bad Bunny earning Album of the Year, the first Spanish-language album to do so. But of course, we are here to talk about how K-pop featured on the world's biggest music stage.
Yep.
One of the biggest milestones for K-pop at this year's Grammys was the song Golden from Netflix animated film K-pop Demon Hunters, of course. It won for Best Song Written for Visual Media, the first Grammy Award ever for a K-pop song. This category recognizes songwriting for music and film and visual media. And composers behind Golden, including EJ, Teddy Park, 24, and IDO, took the trophy home. And that's historic not just because it's a winner, but because it's the first time a song connected to K-pop culture won at the Grammys. And this has energized fans and critics alike as it shows K-pop's reach isn't just performance or fandom. It's now being recognized within major music institutions.
Guys, I mean, this is huge because, again, like EJ's, making a lot of headlines right now. Not only is she the voice of Rumi, but she's also
Singing
co-written.
voice of Rumi.
Yeah, but she's also co-written this song, which now, dollars, a lot of money coming in with all those commissions, right? But before we go into continue to talk about Golden, we also got to talk talk about Rosé.
Right.
She made history this year, not for winning a trophy, but again for being the first K-pop solo artist to open the Grammys.
She opened it.
And, of course, performing on the main stage.
Right. Her collaborative track 아파트 with Bruno Mars received 3 Grammy nominations, Record of the Year, Song of the Year, and Best Pop Duo Group Performance. A first for a K-pop soloist and one of the most nominations any Korean artist has ever received at the Grammys. While she didn't take home an award at this time, her presence and performance marked a major cultural moment showing that K-pop artists are not just participating but competing at the highest levels.
You know, I'm just going to put it out there, right? Because I thought really, and I don't even, look at, goodness, I'm sick of Golden.
You know balance game, right? 아파트, Golden.
Ooh.
Which one would you like to
Ooh.
choose?
아파트.
아파트.
Yes, but with that in mind, even though I am sick of Golden because my daughter loves this song, plays nonstop at the Lee household, right? It's a good song. It's a catchy song.
But before Golden, we had 아파트.
Yes, but I wasn't sick
Kids
of it.
were
But kids were. But then
crazy.
my kids weren't into
Really?
that. No, they weren't. But even though I feel that way about Golden, I thought Golden should have been the song of the year.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just, I mean,
was
everybody was
everywhere.
listening. It was just, and then like Billie Eilish, I think her song, I don't even know what her song is, but her song, I know who Billie Eilish is though, by the way. Her song won Song of the Year.
Right.
Now, there was some controversies with that because the late Kim Young-dae, as you know, when we used to have a segment here and we used to often talk about the Grammys, the people who vote the winners of the Grammy are not, they don't want to give it to a non-American.
Right.
Right? I mean, it's just,
right.
it doesn't look good for the Grammy that a non-American wins
That's
the Grammy
right,
Song of the
that's right.
Year. And so there's some bias going on. And so I just thought maybe Golden should have won the Song of the Year, but we'll take the first ever Grammy.
Right.
But
right.
taking us through all this, let's take a look at how we got here, right? This is historic.
Yes, before this year, Korean artists had received Grammy recognition mainly in classical or technical fields like soprano Cho Soo-mi in 1993 and recording engineer Hwang Byung-jun. BTS earned multiple nominations from 2021 to 2023 but did not win. So even though K-pop had global chart success and massive fan bases, a Grammy trophy remained elusive until now. But this year's win for Golden doesn't erase those earlier near misses. It rather breaks the barrier, showing that music connected to K-pop is now deemed award-worthy by one of the toughest music institutions, like you said, in the world.
I'm going to put it out there. I know, you know, some of the armies are going to get upset when I say this. You know, BTS, their songs were popular overseas, but it was not Golden. Golden was so much bigger.
How dare.
No, it's true. I could care less. It was so much bigger because
All the armies.
you know, Army. You guys do. I'm gonna get Huntrix
His
after
name
you
is
guys.
Australia.
My name is Haeyoung.
No.
My name is Haeyoung. If you're tuning in, no.
His name is Australia. He lives in Anyang, Gyeonggi-do Province, South Korea.
There's more to take from Gangnam. She lives in No, it was more influential, I think.
Yeah.
It just had more impact.
Right.
And I'm not going to take anything away from BTS.
Totally agree. Yes.
But what Golden was, it was just different on a different level.
Yes,
So I
that's
think they
right.
should have
That's
won.
right.
But tell us about K-pop's trajectory in the global music industry now.
This moment signals that K-pop's influence is growing in both the commercial and artistic arenas. Winning a Grammy, even if in a category tied to visual media, expands the genre's footprint beyond the streaming numbers and fan awards into peer recognized artistic validation. And Rose's nominations also show that individual artists from K-pop girl groups can be recognized on equal footing with global stars. And that's meaningful, especially as music continues to globalize and genres blend. And we might see more original K-pop songs, collaborations, and even solo acts becoming Grammys contenders in mainstream categories in the coming years.
And then, of course, we had
Fingers crossed.
we also had the big controversy, right? Debate whether or not Golden is an actual K-pop song,
Right,
and all that
right.
stuff. Isn't EJ Korean American? Yeah, she is Korean
is.
American. She is.
She's a proud Korean American.
But I think she was. I think she was born in Korea, though.
Yeah.
But
she was born in the States.
she was
I
born in
believe.
Korea because her mom was traveling to Korea when she was born. I think.
Oh, I see.
I think that was the story. But she lived, went back, and
Right.
And she's Korean American for sure. Again, night of history, not just for the biggest names in music, but for the artists and creators behind K-pop's global rise.
Yeah, there's still debate, like you said, about whether wins like Golden fit a traditional definition of K-pop. You and David talked about it
Yes.
on a Monday segment. But maybe that's the point. K-pop is expanding its cultural identity, and now the world's biggest music stage is finally recognizing that evolution. And this Grammy didn't just reward the song, it opened a new chapter for Korean music on the global stage.
Before we wrap up, we've heard from some of the artists themselves about what this night meant to them, starting with Rosé.
Absolutely. After her opening performance at the Grammy Awards, Rose shared her thoughts on Instagram. She said she was so happy to be able to perform at the Grammy Awards opening and described the experience as an honor and like a dream. And then that she added that it was really unbelievable. Following the show, she posted a photo of herself with Bruno Mars eating pizza together, calling it the best night of my life. And also, yeah, Ise also shared her memorable moments with her fans.
I think EJ is a very good example of how you have to continue to pursue your dream, right? Sometimes when things don't work
very
out.
touching.
Yeah, when
her life story.
things don't work out, sometimes
Yes,
you're going to
never
give
give
a
up.
second chance when you least expect it. Creators of K-pop Demon Hunters 2, sign me up. I would love to be a voice of something.
You don't even memorize the lyrics of Golden.
I'm not gonna sing. I'm not gonna be one of the artists. I'll probably be like one of like the bad guys, you know. We're gonna take over the world using K-pop.
That's so true.
Yes. All right, Seong, fun stuff here. Thank you so much for your wrap up. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you again next week.
Bye bye.
And sending her out of the studio, we'll listen to it again. This is Huntrix with Golden.